Hello, adventurers, and welcome to Grognard and Friends. I'm Paul Lucas, your friendly neighborhood Grognard, and I'm coming to you from the secret underground bunker between worlds, far beneath scenic Grognard Gables, where, along with my friends, we play a little game that we know as Dungeons and Dragons. But first, some quick announcements. We'd like to thank all of you for your patience and understanding last week. A number of things had occurred that just going forward was not really an option. Also, Jazir will not be joining us this evening. And also, we'd like to thank Billy Bonobo and his crew of alternate galactic clones for taking charge of our first half of our Halloween episode. So now, let's check in with the friends and start the second half of our Halloween episode of Grognard and Friends. Since first visiting the eastern districts of the city of Seven Rivers, our friends have had questions about a strange house that sits on the edge of a giant hole known as the Bitch. Through some astute investigation, our friends have learned a little of the history of this house and repeatedly sought to investigate it. Often distracted by the strange things that roam the mists, or by the sudden invitation, often distracted by the strange things that roam the mists, or by the sudden invitation of criminal overlords. Most recently, their friend and innkeeper, Mr. Butterbeer, had asked for their help early that morning in gathering up one Gilderoy Glorious, who had gone missing after the would-be funeral of his friend Korthos, one of the legendary Ten Blades. And it is a good thing that they did, because no sooner had they found good Glorious in a strange backwater bar called the Bucket of Blood than they were able to thwart two separate attempts on his life. And after a breakneck escape from the area, thanks to a fearful but effective carriage driver, the group was able to make it back to the Stone's Throw with Glorious by midday. As a thank you, Butterbeer provided the friends with a feast and all they could drink. But our friends finally made it to the mysterious house later that day, where inside they discovered an interior which seemed both looted and pristine, strangely. Some notable discoveries included strange gashes and slashes, a sub-basement full of the husks of hundreds, if not thousands, of bodies, and a mirror that Kellen has said has spoken to him, amongst other things. Friends, you've holed up as a group in an upstairs bedroom to get some rest. Nikita, your watch is coming to an end. You know that Butt Trumpet has agreed to take the second watch.
Reed's just going to sleep until somebody wakes him up, so.
Okay. That makes sense. So, Butt Trumpet, Nikita wakes you up, and it's your turn for the watch. Anything you want to do while you're there?
More than anything, just sort of survey the scene and just observe if anything is going on in the room, if any of the other party members are doing anything or seem upset by dreams or anything like that, really.
Okay. Roll me a 20-sider, please.
Okay. Public roll?
Sure. Okay.
That good.
Whole lot of nothing.
It's about, you don't notice everyone seems to be sleeping. Nikita, eventually you start hearing snore. Everyone seems to be sound asleep. The light from the mist comes in through the cracks of the window. But about midway through, you know what? Everyone but Butt Trumpet, please take off your headphones.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Okay, Butt Trumpet. About midway through your watch, the house is very quiet. Outside the window seems very quiet. But from somewhere far off, you're not exactly sure where it is, you hear the tinkling of music, almost like little bells. It's a little tune that sounds familiar, but yet you can't place it. It sounds vaguely like other things you've heard. It's just very light and on the kind of on the periphery of your hearing, and it's kind of like da 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 da. Okay, just but it's a lot slower than that, and it just sounds, except you're hearing it as little chiming bells.
Okay.
It's okay if everyone comes back now? Okay. Okay, I assume that Gaius will probably be the next watch. That is the only thing that occurs on your watch.
All right then. Could be worse.
This is true. As a matter of fact, it didn't get situated, so you can wake up Gaius or Reed, whichever one you want next.
Okay. Which one do I go? It looks like I'll toddle my way over to Gaius and kind of poke at his foot, tug at his beard a little bit, and
Nothing.
Oh boy. Oh,
He's not waking up.
creative.
There's always
All right,
Reed.
I was thinking if I would have to try harder, but I'll attempt to wake up Reed instead.
Okay. What do you do?
I make my way over to where Reed is facing. As far as the bed, I get within about an inch of his face and say,
You
I
smell
think it's
bacon.
your turn. I try to boop his nose a little bit to wake him up.
Reed, you wake up to a little boop on the nose. You open up your eyes, and there are these two large yellow eyes with right in your face.
It's your turn. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm on watch.
And I
I got this.
teeter my way back to sleep.
Okay. Once again, you know what? Everyone can take off their headphones and earbuds, but Reed. Reed, if you would roll me a 20-sider, please. Oh, very good.
18.
It just strikes you as funny about how quiet everything is, with the exception of Nikita's snoring, which kind of sounds like a foghorn in the quiet. As she just kind of snores into a pillow. It just kind of has this muffled sound. But other than that, and every now and then she'll roll over and it'll stop for a while. Things are really, really so quiet and so still, and pretty dark as well, except for this strange light of the mist coming between the cracks of the windows.
Okay.
The only thing to break that silence is periodically someone rolling over or moving, or, you know, you hear the occasional fart, but you're not sure who it's from.
Oh, I think I know.
Oh, okay. But when it's gone on and you've kind of gotten used to this, and your eyes are actually starting to drift to like closing a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere far off in the house, you're not exactly sure where, you hear a door slowly open. It just creaks open like.
Okay. I will. Is this like halfway through the watch or so?
It's about 3/4 of the way through the watch.
Okay. I will spend the last part of my watch. Reed will go over to the door and just sit with his back up against the door and just
Okay.
keep an ear cocked there. And I got my
Okay.
sword on my lap.
So you'll kind of sit on that dresser that's in front of the door?
Yes. Yep,
Okay.
that works.
Roll me another 20-sider, please.
Just so I'm listening if I hear anything out right outside the door. Is this a perception or no?
No, it's just a regular 20-sider.
Regular 21. I'm a halfling. Does that matter?
Not in this particular case.
Okay.
You don't hear anything else, and nothing else seems to happen for the rest of your watch. Things just are strangely quiet, continue to be strangely quiet. Whereas sometimes in old houses, the houses will settle here and there. Not even that. It's just silence, except for the occasional bit of snoring from Nikita. And someone just occasionally keeps farting, and now that you're by the door, you can actually smell it. But other than that, there's nothing, and that strange light peeks through the cracks of the window there. And your watch comes to an end.
Okay. All right. You want me to do it now, or you want me to get everybody back in?
Oh.
All right. So Reed will make his way over to see if Reed can remember who's supposed to be next. I'll go wake up Gaius.
There you go. How do you wake
Good
up
luck.
Gaius?
So Reed will walk over to Gaius and give him a big old shove in the side.
Oh. Why?
Yeah.
Oh.
For watch.
Oh my God,
Hey,
these
watch.
beds are the worst part of this entire house. Oh my God, my back.
Actually, there might be something worse. I heard a door creaking open about maybe half hour ago. So it was somewhere
Creaky
far
door?
away, I think. So
You don't
Yeah,
know how
but-
bad my back
but
is right
definitely-
now, though.
you want me to stay on watch?
No. I gotta straighten this shit out. Oh God. Oh, Bacchus.
Oh, and I think
Oh.
if you get over by the door, I think Eldred's passing gas. So I'll see you. Good night.
What? Okay.
So everyone but Chris take their headphones and earbuds off, please. So Chris, roll me a 20-sider, please. Just a regular old 20-sider.
7.
Ah. Oh, very good.
Lucky number 7. Maybe.
You're there, you're just sitting there, everyone's kind of sound asleep. Eventually even Reed kind of just falls right off to sleep. Every now and then you'll hear Nikita let out some snoring.
Sounds
You're
about
not
right.
exactly sure where it's coming from, but you understand what Reed was talking about, because every now and then you hear this little fart sound from somewhere, and it just kind of cuts through the silence just ever so slightly. Little bit of a strange light from the mist peeks through the cracks of the window. And you're sitting there, and you for a minute, you think you were about ready to doze off, and you don't usually do that. You're usually good about your watch, but you do feel pretty tired. It's been a long day. I mean, everything that's happened today has been really long. But you hear from somewhere in the room. You hear followed by a flump. Just the sound of like a soft flump, followed by
In the
just
room?
in the room, and before that, just this kind of trailing.
Oh, that ain't. Yeah, I'm gonna take a look around.
Okay,
Just look under the beds, in the closets.
give me a perception check, please.
Let's see, perception.
Very good.
It's,
The only thing you notice that's a little different or is different is the black sheet that was over the thing in the northern western corner, not too far from where Eldred is sleeping, seems to have fallen down onto the floor.
Okay. I'm gonna replace that sheet.
Okay. Roll me another 20-sider, please.
That's what I was worried about. Random magic crap I'm not aware of. I hope a high number's good.
As you go to put it up there, you see the shadow of your reflection in the mirror. But you see a taller shadow that's a little smeary behind you. It's almost like someone had rubbed the equivalent of Vaseline over the mirror. But your silhouette, your shadow is clear as day there.
Okay. As I'm putting the curtain or the blanket up, I'm definitely just turning and looking over my shoulder to see if something's behind me.
Nothing's there.
Okay. Okay, so once I cover that mirror up, I'm gonna move away from the general area and quietly cast Detect Magic in the room just to see if there's anything magic in there with me, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, refresh my memory. Do you have to see the item to know if it's magical?
No. Though, like, stone, thick wood will block it. But, for instance, say if there's a sheet covering it, that won't block it.
Okay.
Unless it's a lead blanket, and I think I just heard Cheryl.
Cheryl, is that you?
She doesn't have her headphones on.
That's right. Okay. Okay, so whatever is underneath the black sheet is magical. Is radiating some interesting magic. You also get a distinct glow from within Nikita's pack. A small little glow within her pack.
Okay,
And
I'm gonna try to
also,
recall. Yeah.
give me another perception roll, please.
All right. 17.
Okay. The mirror, the type of magic, not the type of magic, but the feel you get from the magic of what's under the sheet is strange but powerful. You get kind of a neutral feeling from it. It doesn't seem to be any strong feeling of good nor evil. It's just powerful, and kind of a little bit of a strange magic that you don't have a lot of experience with, but nothing that you feel like is making alarms go off. Does that make sense? It's like it seems like it's supposed to be something correct. It's something that is probably normal, just not something that you have experience with. Okay. The thing in Nikita's bag, not so much.
So what now?
I said the little thing radiating.
Oh no, I heard you.
Okay,
I heard you, bud. Yeah.
Okay.
So radiating something not so cool. Yeah.
Incredibly not so cool. Yeah.
Okay. Using my powers of recollection, I can almost determine that I've cast detect magic with her nearby in the radius before, and this is something new.
Seems to be.
That's not good. Okay.
Roll me another 20, please.
Yeah, I'll go roll that 20 real quick. Bloop. It's a 9.
Okay. You start hearing what sounds like the tinkling of bells, almost like music. It sounds like it's coming from the north of you.
Okay.
And then you start hearing like words with the music. And if you listen closely, it goes, "The house is calling, I know you know. Should you stay or should you go? The answers you seek, what you seek to find, from stories of old, a voice out of mind. I hear you thinking, I know you'll ask, should you look in, is that your task? But for your questions, I'll give you a sign. The answer you seek like a jug full of wine. And in return, one thing I'll take, a small inconvenience. And when you wake, you won't have to worry or even to ask. You'll have all your answers, and so your task." And then the music kind of trails off.
Disembodied music. Okay. That might be new for me. That might be new. I'm going to have to think about that. Yeah, that's also super unsettling, which I would have come to expect for this. Shit. Magic, evil magic item in Nikita's bag. Have to address that, and then I guess when everybody wakes up. Good thing I'm last on watch, because I don't think I could sleep anymore knowing that.
You've got 2 more people on watch after you.
Oh, do I?
Yeah, Kellen is next.
And who else?
Kellen, and then Eldred last, because he has to study.
Oh. Okay, I guess we'll just have to address this situation now rather than later. That sounds good. Yeah, let's do that. At which point, Gaius will wake the party.
Okay.
Anything.
Ah, you're there. We hear you.
Yay!
Sorry for shouting.
No, I'm glad to hear you.
Better than silence.
So Gaius, what do you do?
Oh, I'm waking the party.
Okay.
Well, sorry to wake everybody up. A skosh earlier than planned. Yeah. So, quick thing, my watch, creepy music was playing. Um, you
Wait.
know,
Music?
yeah. Oh, and there was like a song too. It is very charming and also unsettling because
I
it
I heard
it's
music
here.
too.
Oh, did you? You didn't
Oh.
did you pass that along? Do people
No,
know
I
how
didn't.
watches work? Why didn't you?
I didn't know. I didn't know if anybody else would be able to hear it. I figured I'd tell everyone the next morning, but since you brought it up, how did it go? Da 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 da.
I have a terrible ear for music, so you could be 100% right.
It sounds very familiar, Gaius.
That sounds very familiar. Butt trumpet, yes. Perfect, spot on. Also, yeah, Creepy Mirror was exposed for a while. I mean, not creepy, but the magic mirror was. Also, so I decided to just, do the tech magic like I normally do. Nikita,
Mhm.
there
Yeah.
appears to be a small magic item that is radiating evil in your backpack.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't want to just go rooting through your stuff because that would be kind of rude and weird in the middle of the night.
I appreciate that. I didn't hear music during my
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
watch, but
No, your watch seemed uneventful.
I vaguely remember a green flame, but I thought I was dreaming. It was just a little stupid flame floating down the hallway. I
That
figured,
sounds like. What does
but
that
okay,
sound
let
like?
me check my backpack. You're going to have to. Do I pick them up and hold them out, or how do I know which
Yeah,
one?
you know what? Yeah, just kind of picking out what. I mean, if you see something you don't recognize, I'm going to assume that's the thing first. Yeah,
Right.
but consider me
Good idea.
casting detect magic as a ritual right now, Paul. As a
Okay.
basically, I'm like at the TSA, just for those of us who don't know how
I've
detect
got
magic works,
food.
So
I've
Gaius would
got.
like everyone to take off their shoes
and belts.
and belts.
I don't think that's a good idea. Um. Oh, there's there's a little candle in here. Is this it?
She holds
Oh,
up a candle that's about that sort of radius, about that thick. It's kind of like a blend of gray and yellow, like a kind of brownish yellow.
mm-hmm.
Ew, evil candle.
Is that giving off the vibes?
Yeah.
Yep, that's the one.
Don't
You
hold
don't
it. Put it
remember getting
down.
that?
I'll put it down on the floor, like in the center of all of us.
Okay, so you had a dream during your watch, or
No, I don't think so. I
Maybe.
thought it was afterwards.
okay, so you dreamed about a green flame, and then
Yeah, in the hallway. It was. I think it wanted me to follow it, which just makes no sense. Why would I do that when I'm standing watch?
trying to make you go somewhere. That reminds me of a fable I heard. Whatever. Yeah. So magic item randomly appears in your bag. That's not a good sign.
Yeah.
Reed, did you hear music?
Yeah.
Do you remember
No, I
what
just heard
was
the
sung?
door.
Oh, you
I just heard
doors.
a door open. I think it was just
Door.
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I am Butt Trumpet heard music. Hey, Butt Trumpet, do you remember the words in the song?
I didn't hear any words. I only heard the tune and bells, I think.
I heard the bells as well. Then I heard, oh God, my memory's just, I really got to cut back sometimes. How did the words go? Something about if you do a task, take something from you and give you the information. But
That was a song.
oh god, it was also very vague on what it was going to take, and you know, when they're vague, it is definitely something important to you.
Eldred says that sounds like a really horrible, shitty song.
Uh, yeah, it was a thing.
It's got a shitty
God,
beat and you
this
can't
is-
dance to it.
yeah, I know. I mean, it had a whimsical kind of. Okay.
Is the mirror still whatevered, open?
Oh, I covered it.
Or,
Guy has covered
Oh.
it back up.
I would. Do you think it's a good idea if I hold the candle up in front of the mirror, or like put it in front of the mirror and see?
No,
If
it's
somebody in
evil.
the mirror
Don't touch it again. No.
Well, you see, the candle gives off the heebie-jeebies, if you will, and the mirror not so much. Mirror's kind of like
Huh.
neutral. Candle, not great. I mean, tempting, yes. Good idea?
Possibly scented.
Probably not. Oh, I wouldn't. Looking at that candle and it's like mucus green or whatever you described it as, I'm like, yeah, it might be scented. I wouldn't want to know what that scent was, though.
Gray with little
Does not-
bits of like yellow in there, like a
It
pale
looks like
yellow.
it could be made
Ew.
from. It could be made from ogre boogers.
Yeah.
That is quite an imagination you have.
I'm almost certain he's probably seen it.
Yeah, that's
I've spent time amongst ogres.
probably one of the more or less popular candle flavors in the shops, I would imagine, which is why,
Flavor?
says Eldred.
Oh, yes. So,
You know,
I mean,
the yucky
as-
candle store.
yeah, as much as I'm tempted.
What was that?
Oh, yeah. Did I see anything in the mirror? Yeah, I saw like a shadow man or something behind me that when I turned around wasn't there. So, but once again, we know
Was
those
it on my bed?
mirrors are kind of. No. So we know one of those mirrors is some type of potential transportation or portal.
Or at least
Maybe.
communication.
Yes, or that. But
Did you talk to
this
it?
one, I tend not to talk to things through mirrors or portals. I like face to face with corporeal beings.
Faces?
Yeah, whenever I can. It's not a hard, fast rule, but you know, it's kind of like a good guiding rule to
Yeah.
keep your one's sanity and soul intact. I'm kind of all about that, and other things.
But Kelly
you know.
said the shadow was helpful, and you say the mirror is neutral. Maybe we can ask. Maybe it sees things we don't.
We could try if you want to try talking to something in the mirror. I go for it. I got your back.
I trust you.
I can
But,
tie. I can tie. He holds up rope. He's like, I have 50 foot of rope. I can tie it around your waists.
I
I've
don't
heard
know
the
why that
tale
would be
of-
good, but okay, I appreciate it.
could
But Trumpet,
pull you back.
don't forget to keep an eye on Mr. Eldred, just so he doesn't go slicey.
Huh? Oh yeah, that thing.
Eldred just kind of rolls his eyes and goes, whatever.
Yeah, listen. If he's going, he has had many opportunities to take me out. Literally, a couple hours. This past couple hours.
But it's also showing us weird things, and we all had weird dreams and music, so I'd rather not screw with it, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, I just once again you have an evil magic candle in your back. Well, had it in your backpack. That's, and also if we happen to light it, it might have a fire that we then follow to our doom, or someone's doom. Maybe not ours.
Maybe not ours. Okay, I'm going to go over to the mirror and unfurl the curtain
Uncover
again.
it. Okay.
Da.
And
Do I see anything?
okay, you look in the mirror.
Da.
Roll me a 20-sider, please.
Ah, shit.
Maybe you should knock on it like a door.
I was thinking that, but it depends. Oh, whatever that is.
Okay. Everyone but Cheryl, but Nikita, please take off your headphones or earbuds.
Good luck.
Nikita, so you look in the mirror, and at first all you see is yourself, and the room behind you seems just the way it was before you turned to look in the mirror. And then the mirror behind your visage seems to it's almost like water in a puddle disturbed. And as it becomes clearer, you see a room, but it's not the one you're in. You see what looks like a kind of a room in an inn somewhere or a tavern. You can see a bed, you see a dresser, the standard kind of inn room that you've stayed in a few times since you left home.
Does
And
it
then
look at all like... Sorry,
Go
should
on.
I just let you go? Sorry.
No, go ahead. Ask questions.
Does it look at all like the Stone's Throw or any...
Definitely
in
not the Stone's
actually
Throw.
room?
It's
Okay.
not a room you've ever been in. And it
Okay.
doesn't look the least bit familiar.
All right.
You see a very a young, like past adolescence, but about your age actually, if not a little bit older, dwarven young lady kind of comes into view, and she's dancing and just very slowly, and has a big glass of something in her hand. And then from another side comes a human female, and she starts dancing with her. And then they're kind of dancing together, and then they part, and you get a good view of the bed behind them. And sitting on the bed with a glass of his own is someone very familiar to you. You see your father. And he's just sitting there drinking and watching with a big smile on his face. And at about the exact same time, you see that water kind of become disturbed again, and then it's just you in the mirror again.
I call out, Papa? Papa, can you hear me?
It kind of echoes in your head, but and you do that while you still can see him, but there doesn't seem to be any response. And then shortly after, it's like the disturbance of the water.
Okay.
So you see Nikita look into the mirror. Her head kind of goes to the side. And after a few moments, you hear her say, "Papa?"
What does that mean?
So anything good?
Did you see Gaius in the mirror?
No! I saw my actual father, a dwarf male, on a bed in a room in an inn, and there were two women in the room with him, one a dwarf and one a human.
Oh.
But that was it. I couldn't ask questions. They couldn't hear me. I don't know if I was looking... Do I know if I was looking at the present, or how old did my father look?
He looks similar to how he looked the last time you saw him.
Okay. It could be the present. He didn't look very much younger or really aged in any way. I'm beginning to. These mirrors are pissing me off.
You want to start smashing them?
Yes. Can we?
That'll have things go very well for us.
I don't. Well, maybe
you-
before we leave. If we plan on leaving right now, then maybe. But it seems like something we do on the way out. If that's a plan we want to do at all, I'm not sure.
Just a final
Also,
ending
don't
in
know
the
if
we could-
house.
Nikita, when you
Yeah.
saw your dad, could you see the room too? Was it still like a mirror?
No, it was completely replaced by this view. Like
Oh.
like I was standing in the room or looking through something into the room. I saw no reflection from behind me.
So the mirror
think-
became a window almost.
Da.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll add that to the list of shit to do when we're leaving. Pick up the gold candlestick fuckers and smash mirrors.
Yeah,
The what?
yeah.
What do these people do with the
the
candlesticks?
Oh, we're not.
oh,
We're very
Jeez.
weird. That's quite the
Taking
imagination you have. I did not expect that.
taking the gold-plated wall sconces.
Da.
Ah,
We'll pull them off the wall together and then see if we can sell them for some money. I don't know.
I thought
do
you were
like
looking
gold.
for a trap door or something.
That could work too. We should start yanking on things randomly. That also sounds bad.
I'm glad you picked that up halfway through saying that.
Before
That was
Nikita finishes the sentence and just says, yanking on things, I grab Eldred's robes and just start tugging.
I don't.
Eldred looks down at you and
That's-
smiles and says,
What?
but puts up his fist to like fist bump you.
Oh,
ah,
Yeah,
Oh.
little
I was like,
hesitative,
there's a
tentative fist bump.
There you go.
so
maybe we shouldn't
Helen-
take too much. Maybe we'll make the ghosts angry.
it's a thought, but I say we smash the mirrors, depending. I mean, we might not find everything.
That might let the shadow guy out, though.
He says he's been here. Maybe if he wants to come out, he could.
Possible. We know little to no magic like that.
Nah,
Right,
I know
Eldred?
little to
You
no
don't-
magic. Period.
Eldred,
Is
this
There
is
you
how
your
we
understand the
moment.
magic I do know.
Well, don't worry about trumpet. Sooner or later, we'll get that all worked out. I'm sure. I have faith.
Yes.
Literally. In
Yeah.
a few things, at least. Anyway, Eldred, mirrors and all this kind of stuff. You haven't heard about any of this in some of the books you've read, and
There are all sorts of magic mirrors in the history of magic. I'm not familiar with what you've been saying has been going on with this one, although it's strange, to say the least. I will also say there is a reason why, an old reason that in arcane legends of lore that is the basis for the phrase breaking a mirror brings bad luck.
I'm not familiar with that.
Magic is a strange thing and can release strange things and do strange things, and mirrors are perfect vessels, they say. or sometimes
So no
portals.
smashing.
Yeah, maybe we want to hold off on the smashing. I don't know.
I mean,
But
you
needless to
do
say-
what you do, but
Yeah. Needless to say, the main reason, once again, we woke everybody up was creepy candle appearing out of nowhere. I don't think any one of us in particular should be holding that thing. I also kind of don't know if we should leave it behind either.
Yeah.
Nikita,
I
you
feel
don't
like I
feel
need
a
to-
what?
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, you don't feel a compulsion to, like, never let it out of your sight ever again, do you? Or
Not
murder someone who wants to take it away from you?
No, it just my usual annoying curiosity. What the fuck is this? How did it show up in my bag? I want to take
Eldred,
it with us. It's a clue.
Eldred
Oh, yeah.
says, you don't want to dress up like me and then sneak up behind Gaius, do you?
What would I stand on to be that tall?
That's a good point.
Stilts? Reed?
Reed, Kellen, and Butt Trumpet could probably get up there.
Yeah, they might be able to pull it off. Combined.
Speaking of which, is Kellen awake or?
Oh, he's just listening and kind of staring at the mirror.
Okay.
Oh,
He's just taking everything in and staring at the mirror.
Well, okay, so I guess I wanted to make everyone aware of the candle and also that you weren't being, like, slowly possessed by some evil dark entity while you slept. So doesn't sound like that's happening.
No.
So I guess whoever's on watch for the rest of the night, keep an eye on Creepy Candle. Don't light it. Please don't light it.
maybe we
And-
should like crack the door open and just push it out into the hallway.
Yeah, I'm
But you
I'm
thought you
worried.
heard the door open.
Yeah, well,
If
we've
someone's
heard music
here, they
too.
light it for us?
And if something
I
is
think-
in here, in this house, if we leave a candle out in the hallway, it'll know that something or someone put it there, and it'll have an idea of where we are.
Not that
Yeah,
it
so
doesn't
what
already at this point, I think.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It could be really imperceptive. Or it just got back. That's a thought. So, I guess finish the rest of watches, get the rest of the rest, and we can continue exploring in a few hours.
Kellen
Yeah.
says it's probably close enough to my watch. You want to just go to bed and I'll just start my watch a little early?
All right, yeah, like I said, just whoever's on watch,
Perfect.
keep an eye on the creepy candle. Make sure it doesn't just
And Eldred.
disappear or something. Yeah.
And are we recovering that mirror? Because
Yes.
I will recover the mirror without really looking in it.
Okay,
Wait,
roll
can
me
I
a-
reach the top?
No,
Yeah.
no.
Ah, shit. Guy just kind of picks up and does like. Walk me into-
Okay. Roll me a 20-sider there, Gaius.
Mother.
Just
I knew it was
kill
gonna
them.
happen. That would be a messed up way to go. Hanging a blanket. Everyone, take your headphones off except for Gaius.
Everyone take your headphones off and earbuds out, except for Butt Trumpet.
Oh, well, that's,
oh, really?
Yep.
Oh. That's
yeah.
different.
Oh no, actually, now that I think about it.
Butt Trumpet. You were really tired, but you're having a hard time going back to sleep. You're tossing and turning, but you feel like you're just on the edge of sleep. It's that moment where you're partially awake, partially asleep, but you can't really tell if you are or not. And you roll over in the bed, and for a brief moment, you swear that you see Kellen standing there, but he's standing in front of the mirror and it's uncovered. And he's just kind of looking at the mirror. And, you're not, you're like, he probably knows what he's doing, but that probably isn't good. And as you're kind of telling yourself that probably is a bad idea and maybe you should say something, you find yourself just drift off again to sleep.
Oh boy.
Okay. Gaius,
Yep.
you are woken up by Eldred.
Okay.
And he goes, I'm here to slit your throat.
Yeah, stop messing around.
Okay. He says, no, I just wanted to let you know that Kellen's gone. And he never woke me up. I just kind of, I wake up early a lot anyway. He's gone. The sheet is off the mirror and the door is cracked. And he never woke me
Candle
up.
here?
I have no idea. I thought that was with Nikita. So
Well, we'll have to check that real quick.
okay.
Well, good news, everybody.
So you're waking us up?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
end
was
of
about to
watch
ask.
anyway.
What now?
Well, nothing to be too alarmed by. I'm lying. Kellen's gone. That's probably very alarming.
What?
I mean, the
Oh,
the door's cracked. Hopefully, he's just using the bathroom.
I would do that.
I mean, it's been hours.
Wait a minute. Right before I fell back asleep, I saw him standing in front of the mirror.
The mirror ate him.
Are we gonna have to uncover it again?
It's uncovered.
Oh, it's uncovered, right?
I'm- I'm not going toward. You know what? We're not going. No, just don't go near it. You still got that evil candle, Nikita?
Still in the middle of the floor, it looks like. That right?
If that's where it was left, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't pick it up.
All right. Okay, good. All right. So at least he didn't wander off with evil candle thing by himself.
No, he just
Oh,
went into the mirror or something, or got a message and left.
well, I mean, the door's ajar. I'm assuming he hopefully went through that. I mean, he could have got a message from the mirror.
Duh.
So, Bunch
Not
Up,
that
you
they
saw
made
him.
any sense.
Yeah, you saw him stand in front of it, right? That was what you.
Standing in front of it, looking at it, it was uncovered.
That is not good. Okay, well, this went from an investigation to maybe a rescue mission.
Oh boy.
So everybody eat your morning snacks or whatever time of day.
Bacon?
Looking outside, it's just nasty fog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Is my
yeah,
bacon
whatever
still
time
there?
of day it is.
The light still comes through from the mist that was coming through most of the night. What was that, Reed?
Is my bacon still in my pocket?
Yes, it is. Your nothing has taken your bacon or lured your bacon out of your pocket. That
Taking
you
it
are
down.
aware of.
That's an evil house.
But here's the question. Did you have the number of pieces of bacon counted?
Absolutely. I
Yeah,
had
he
about
has the
10
50 pieces he started with.
Okay. If you had it counted, they're all there. But for a moment, you weren't 100% sure.
Okay.
All
Does anybody need bacon?
well,
I have the last of leftover cookies from that elf woman. They're stale, but they're okay. I've eaten worse.
God.
I'll take a piece of
It's been a
bacon.
few days.
I'll take a piece of bacon.
Absolutely. Here you go, Butt Trumpet.
Yeah, eat, drink, be merry, all that. Okay, good. Let's get the hell out of this creepy house. Well, let's investigate the creepy house, find Kellen, then X-Nay.
Yes.
Yay!
Huzzah!
I hope he's
Adventure.
not. I hope he's not in that basement room.
Oh, the one
Wait.
full
Although
of
that
dead
would-
bodies?
Yeah. Although that would be the best place to use a bathroom.
No.
To desecrate all the bodies?
No, in the
No,
corner or
Reed.
something.
They were everywhere. And
There
also,
were probably
yes,
some in the corner.
Yeah, they were
Doing
pretty
it
much
near
wall to
the dead-
wall.
doing it near
Oh.
the dead bodies, still kind of disrespecting the dead.
It's
FYI.
kind of gross. So you don't want to catch anything.
Ugh.
Yeah. Okay,
And,
never
you-
mind.
and if you're
Not a
doing
good
that,
place.
you don't want anything else to catch what you're doing either.
Nah.
Yes, Eldred, that. Thank you. Stop being gross, everybody.
Kind of hard, okay? Come on, look where we are. Speaking of
We're in the
gross,
middle of a fart cloud.
yeah,
Don't pee
and
on the
I'm
dead
about to pick up
bodies.
and I'm about to pick up an
Yes.
ogre booger candle and put it back in my backpack.
Okay.
Wrap it in something.
I
Bacon.
think my jacket is in there. I'll wrap it in the leather jacket.
Okay, so
it
we're
doesn't
leaving
make
the
your
room.
jacket evil.
Guy slides the dresser bureau out of the way, whatever we use to like block the door completely and open the door the rest of the way.
Okay.
And continue on going through the house. Right?
And where do you go?
North,
Okay.
where we have yet to go.
Okay, you go, and just past the room you were in, there is a door to your left.
I am waiting for
Okay.
Eldred to go ahead with me. I'm still side-eyeing him.
I check the door. Is it locked?
No, it is not.
Okay.
Eldred notices Nikita and just kind of goes, whatever, and then goes out.
It's nothing personal. It's for protection.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Hey, Paul.
Okay, so we got
Yes, sir.
Are there two Nikitas?
Ah, it seems like there is.
oh god, they're
Does
multiplying.
Reed see two Nikitas?
What?
There we go.
Okay, that was a glitch. Not actually happening. Okay.
Correct.
Oh shit, doppelgangers again.
I wish I had thought
Reed
of
was
that.
about
That would
to
have been
freak out.
brilliant.
That's some tech
Reed was about to freak
advancement.
It's like, wow, that would have been
Quick.
brilliant.
Quick, ask them where we first met.
Okay,
So
so
what
the
do we
door
see in
is
the room,
open.
Paul?
You go through.
Nikita, come in.
What?
There
those
are
stairs going?
there's stairs going up, and to the right is the wall is filled with shelves, and on the shelves are basically sheets and blankets and things like that. There are some candles on there, just regular candles.
Not haunted ass looking candles.
None of them look
Not
like the
gross
ogre booger
booger
colors.
No ogre booger candles.
Yeah.
It still could have come from here. Maybe someone sleepwalks. Does anyone know if they sleepwalk? It's pretty freaky if you see someone do it.
I think
Eldred
people
goes,
notice
you
if I
still
sleepwalk."
snore, but other than that, I didn't notice anything unusual.
You snore too, eh, big fella?
Yeah.
Never knew that, but okay.
You're welcome.
Okay,
Turns to
so we
Gaius and goes, "Do I really snore?"
you make noises.
Oh. Good to know. Thanks.
Yeah, you make noise. It's not very loud, but I mean, who cares, right? You're sleeping.
Yeah. Doesn't bother me.
Yeah, exactly. So nothing. Do I just take quick rifle through the stuff to see if there's anything hidden or out of place?
Okay.
You know,
No, just-
treasure under the sheets, gold jewels.
Anything
You know,
under
the normal stuff.
stairs?
It's just piles of blankets that
Found the
don't
body of a
feel
dead
real
wizard
fresh
boy
because they've
locked.
been there for a while. What was that?
Oh, sorry. I was going to say the body of a dead wizard boy locked in the cupboard underneath the stairs.
With glasses and a little mark in his forehead?
I wasn't going to say all that, but
Is there anything
So
under
just-
the stairs? Or just a wall? No.
It's just the wall.
okay. So nothing else then. All right. Well, before we head upstairs, I think I saw a couple rooms down the hall. Finish this floor
Oh,
first.
boy.
Concur. I like being thorough.
Okay. Maybe do you guys think we should like call out to Kellen?
Kellen's a pretty observant guy. I'm sure he will. Notice.
Before you let me know if you're going to try the door, don't just try the door.
Oh yeah, no, that's why I asked before. I'm going
Okay.
to say, is the door locked, Paul?
The door is locked.
Read.
Because we've had some
do it.
glitches, I didn't want to trust the door itself.
Yeah.
So
We got something that you got to work on. May Bacchus guide your hands and add a D4 from guidance that I just cast on you.
All right. What am I doing? A sleight of hand
yes, please.
check. 12.
Get in there. You kind of find what you need to, and just kind of give a little twist to the wrist, and you hear a click, and the door begins to open.
It's open. So I push it.
All right. Yeah. Do it.
All right.
Let's entree.
Do I see any dogs playing poker in here?
Yes, and it breaks your mind.
Okay, you see a table surrounded by chairs. There is a door on to the right on that wall. There is a table to the left. On the table seems to be like a pile of what look like cards of some form. Some are on the floor. Over on the table, there's a number of different items. And kind of directly across from the door you come in, there is something on the wall covered in a black sheet.
Oh, boy.
Hey, does anyone else see that black shape covered in a cloth? Does anyone else think it looks like a mirror to them? Eldred, is that mirror shape to you?
Maybe Kellen's in there.
We can knock on it without removing the sheet, duh? Like knock and see if Kellen's home?
Eldred says,
I'll do that.
I don't see why not. Be my guest.
Go for it. right?
Where on the walls the mirror?
Across from the door.
Like
From the
back
door
here?
we just entered,
Yeah.
or the door on the east
The
wall?
door you just entered.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I want to start collecting up the cards after he's done that.
Okay.
I go and I knock on the covered mirror-y looking thing.
Okay. It knocks like if you were knocking on a window.
Hmm.
A little more solid.
Don't
though.
forget to ask for Kellen. Maybe we have to make a specific connection.
Is Kellen there? I knock again. Kellen? Nothing?
Eldred says maybe if you do it in song with music, like what Butt Trumpet and Gaius heard. Reed?
Okay.
You got to be fucking with me.
I knock again.
You know, sometimes I'm not sure if he is or not.
Are you there? Kellen?
Kelly.
Nikita did not expect the singing to actually happen.
No, nothing still?
No.
Nope. just Eldred
Can
being
I
a
can
dick.
I grab the side of the cover and just peek behind it?
Roll me a 20-sider, please.
God, one of these times, one of you are gonna die. Stop.
16.
Okay. Everyone but Reed, please take off your headphones and earbuds. Reed, you look and you see your own reflection in the mirror,
Mm-hmm.
and as you're looking, you it's almost like time stands still because you stand and you peek in, and you see yourself looking back at yourself, and the next thing you know, you smile, and you go, "Come along," and in the mirror you turn around and run out of the room, and it's almost like you follow yourself out of the room, and you go back around to where the stairs you would come up to the second floor were. You go down those, and then you continue down into the basement, and then you go across the basement into the sub basement. You open that door back up, you go back into where all the bodies are, and you at the bottom of the stairs, yourself turns around and kind of waves his hand and then starts looting all the bodies, and you see him coming out with gold and silver and gems and short swords that glow and bows with arrows that are almost blinding in the brightness. And then you look up at yourself and say, and then you just find yourself looking at yourself again.
Whoa. Okay. I recover the mirror and I
Okay.
turn around to look at everybody. Guys, I didn't see
Reed, what was it?
Kellen.
Uh-huh.
I didn't see Kellen.
Well, just
But
say,
there's
bud.
so much there's so much treasure down in where those bodies are. We should go back there. There's a lot of stuff. There's glowing swords.
Like under the bodies?
Maybe we missed it when we were down there. I mean, we didn't really look, so.
Yeah, we fucking
Yeah.
did. Gaius and I stood in it.
That was about shin deep in people.
I don't.
But there's like gems.
We
there's
could
all
do a
kinds of
quick
gems and
double
stuff
check
that-
on the way out anyway.
Put it
See if
on
any of
the
them
list.
move. Yeah, adding
Yeah,
it
the
to the
mirror.
list.
The mirror. Yeah, the mirror showed me getting all the stuff. But if we all go down there, we could share it.
Okay, so far Mira has shown Reed money, which he likes. Nikita, I don't know your background with your family. Are you close with your father? Is that something why the mirror would be showing it to you? Like, are you worried? Were you worried about it when you looked in it?
The closest person I know before all of you. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I'm just wondering if there's like trying to find a pattern with what the mirror's
Alvin had
showing
said he
people.
saw that weird, like an old man that used to teach him or something.
Mm-hmm.
Am I
I saw
remembering
ominous
right?
figure. Eldred?
Yes, I'm still here. It's just, speaking to me about me in the third person. I didn't want to interrupt.
I turned to ask you the question. What did you see?
I saw one of my old teachers. Yeah.
The one
How
back
old?
Amity Way?
Before that, long
Okay.
before that, when I was younger,
All right. You're so
and
basically
I
that was your
wasn't in.
first teacher, right?
I never went to Amity. I met you in Ferndown.
Yeah, I was more talking back when that
Right.
time ago.
Right.
Yeah.
No, he was a good gentleman and a good teacher and everything, and he never seemed to have much in the way of possessions or happiness. He just seemed to, I mean, he seemed to enjoy teaching and everything, but he seemed like a very lonely man. And I saw him and he seemed to be happy, and I was just glad to see that.
That's
Things that
interesting.
make us happy.
Hmm.
But Trumpet, what is it? You haven't
I
looked, or
haven't actually looked in.
I've
Wanna look
seen
at this one?
creepy ghost figures behind me. What does that mean? Compared to everybody, is that what I want? That doesn't seem like what
Should
I
I look in too?
want. I don't.
What
To
if we all
test the
look
No.
theory, I
together?
would say so, but don't if you don't want to. I know when I first looked in, Gaius, I saw the creepy shadow figure that I thought was sneaking into the room behind us. It was the second
Yes.
time I looked in that I saw the happy thing. So maybe you should do it
But
again too.
I. I am indifferent to this idea at best.
Yes, and we
until we
no enforcement.
until until we understand more what happened in the house, maybe not poke around on purpose. We've done it plenty of times accidentally already. I don't know. Paul, I've also been collecting up the cards. What am I looking at?
They are very old tarot cards. What look like tarot cards, but don't look like any tarot cards you've seen before. They have strange pictures on them and words in a language you're not familiar with all sorts of strange symbols around here and there. Also, there were a few that were falling on the floor. It's kind of like someone just tossed them onto the table.
Yeah. I'm gonna just collect these up. Keep them just in case. May or may not be a clue. Or
Okay.
Are they
I've met.
emanating evil or ogre snot?
Paul. So aside from the cards, was there anything else in the room?
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of stuff on the table to the left.
Okay. So I guess I'll ritually detect magic in the room and we'll examine this stuff in here because it's. I mean, tarot. I've dabbled with tarot. It sometimes works. So does guessing, but
What kind of stuff is on that other table?
There's a number of little bags. There's some bowls. Some of the bowls look like they have stuff in them. There are some small vials. Looks like some sort of dagger.
Yeah.
Can I
so
take a closer
detect
look?
magic that. Yeah,
Okay.
Sorry.
Nothing in the room appears. All right.
Aside from the mirror,
Right.
which is always that. Yeah.
The mirror does, is the familiar glow of what you saw before. No other item in the room radiates magic, but yet it's almost like you get it's almost like the faintest, slightest little residue of magic almost floating in the air a little bit, specifically over by that table.
Okay. So, residue of potentially past spells cast, but nothing recent. The dagger's not magical and cursed, that I'm sure Reed is slowly reaching towards the pocket.
Does it look valuable?
You notice the dagger as a hand that is designed to look like bacon. No, glowing bacon.
Magic bacon.
That would be a thing, right?
Yeah.
Yes?
We need like
So
a
is the
good
pig
berry
magical?
spell, except it makes bacon.
What was that, Gaius?
I'm sure. I said, I'm sure Paul will make that for you as a smell later on.
Thank you.
When you level up.
I'll work on it for you.
Get right on that, Paul.
First on my list there, Reed.
So
Can I
go ahead.
just do like a nosy investigation of everything on that table, including the dagger? Get a good look at it.
Okay, like how nosy are you getting? Because there's little cinch sacks, there's some bowls, there's some vials. You notice under one of the bowls is a folded up piece, what looks like a folded up piece of parchment. The bowls have different things in them.
Reed will be right next to you going, those bags look like money.
Well, see, that's what I want to find out, Reed, is, squish them. Do they have money? What? This could be useful. It could be crap or spell components that might be useful. So, yeah, I kind of want to do a full inventory.
Okay.
I can help.
Cool. I appreciate that.
Sure.
You, the one bowl has a sparkly crushed red powder in it. Another one has kind of not quite as sparkly, but a little bit. So a white powder in it, kind of like a crystalline powder. That's what's in the two bowls. You the little sacks. They're about the size of, we'll say, a grapefruit, something like that. Each one. Two of them seem a little squishy, but you hear like a little bit of a gritty sound inside if you squish around. One is a lot lighter and has like a crinkly sound when you squeeze it. And the bottles, most of them are kind of like are basically the liquid's kind of clear. Maybe a slight tint of yellow or brown, but to some of them, but the little vials are mostly clear.
So it doesn't look like money.
We could still open up the little pouches and then see what actually is inside and makes the noises.
Sure. Okay. I'll try the crinkly one.
Okay. You open that up and it's filled with dried leaves of some form. And as you open it, you get kind of a whiff of it's like a very herbal scent.
This is like cooking stuff. I push it back on the table.
I'll pick up one of the squishy, gritty ones
Okay.
and open it.
Okay. Roll me a 6-sider, odd or even. We'll see which comes up.
Uh-oh.
Roll me any die, just what odd or even will do.
You found what they used to make the ogre booger candles.
Yeah.
You thought it was one
You
thing,
find-
but it's not. Okay, so even.
Boo.
Thank you.
You find more of that white powder. It's not, and like I said, it's not really powder. It's like crystalline, crushed crystalline, whatever. You kind of looking at it. Give me a perception check, Nikita. It's the same stuff that's in the bowl. Okay. You recognize it, it's salt.
You might
See?
try
Cooking
this.
stuff.
This is salt here. Eldred or Buck Trumpet, use these spell components? Or guys, sorry?
Could be.
Almost certainly. I used salt and spells before, and circles you can use. Sometimes that's the cheap and easy, dirty way to do it. Salt.
I'd like to think back and see if I can remember if my master used salt at any point.
He absolutely did. You don't even have to roll for that. He had you make sure that certain supplies were filled and such, and salt was one of them.
Yeah,
these seem
salt's absolutely used in magic. It's by everybody, I think, and sometimes it's good for protection, isn't it?
It can be. I've used it in certain things for protections against certain unsavories, undead. Some of them don't like it, I think. So we got the red powder. Is there another sack full of that as well?
Mm-hmm. That's the other sack. And it's very sparkly. This red crystalline powder.
Does it have a
Do you
smell?
think you recognize it, guys?
No smell to this.
I mean, it's almost like crushed up ruby, almost, but I don't know.
Could I see if I recognize it?
Yeah.
But Trumpet, give me an investigation check, please.
Okay.
And Bacchus will bless it with guidance.
Oh!
Didn't he? See? That's what happens. Thank Bacchus for that one.
But Trumpet, you realize that is absolutely crushed ruby.
Gaius, you were right.
I should be a
That's
gemologist.
exactly what it is.
Is it still valuable?
Well, yes, but also this could come in handy because I have, especially later on when can literally bring people back from the dead, there is like a monetary transaction that actually kind of also happens. I don't know why.
Oh.
When you bring people back from the dead, you have to pay?
Oh, well, there's the one way where they're undead, and that's kind of almost free. And then there's the other way where you're back to normal.
Eldred says so. It's like, when you lose a relative, do you want to go and have the nice stuff done for them, or do you want to do the bargain basement cheap way to take care of it?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely want to hold on to these components because they could be useful for any of the three of us, really, depending upon the spells. I just know for me personally, I do have certain things where I remember reading some of the text. It's like, oh, you need a gem equivalent of 500 gold pieces. I'm like, well, that person's just staying dead, I guess. They ain't coming back from that. Which is why, once again, the wealthy seem to live forever around here, because they can actually afford healthcare. Jesus. I mean, Bacchus. Anywho,
Wizards are so
where did
weird.
my head go? Yeah,
Which
spell,
was
I
the.
don't.
Sorry.
I was just going to keep rambling. Go on.
Okay. The paper under the bowl.
Yes.
Can I
It's
take
a
a
folded
look
up
at that?
piece. Sure. It's a square folded up piece of parchment, and looks like there might be some math equations scribbled upon it.
Yeah.
Schoolwork. Ugh.
Does anyone know what the shit this is? I have no idea what I'm looking at. I've got
It
nothing.
took too much work for me.
I could. What is it? Not written in Common, Elvish, or Dwarfish? I assume.
Okay, so do you take a look at it?
Yeah.
Okay. You can see how it might be mistaken for a math equation, but those aren't numbers. They seem to be almost like runic symbols. But they're in some strange kind of almost mathematical configuration scribbled upon them.
Okay, so archaic math or rune style magic, perhaps. Magic folk, gather round.
Yeah, I'd like to take a look at
Assemble! Magic users, assemble!
Assemble! I get a conch from somewhere.
it. I'm right
Oh,
here.
I know. So pass it around amongst the magic users to see if any of us can identify. So Paul, just real quick inventory thing: pouch of ruby, pouch of salt, ceremonial dagger. What was the other items?
We haven't really
on
looked at that yet.
Oh, okay, all right. I'm just trying to make good notes.
Mm.
Okay, pouch of crushed ruby, pouch of salt. There's some additional crushed ruby and some salt in two separate bowls. There's also a larger pouch of dried herbs, and 3 vials that are various versions of clear liquid. Each one's about halfway full. The vials are about that big.
Okay. Yeah, I scoot the extra ruby and salt from the bowls back into the pouches for easy use. Just
Okay.
Is there something written on the side of the bowls?
No.
Can I look at the dagger closely?
Certainly. Looks to be silver with a black gem in the pommel. And give me a perception.
I hold it out. Okay.
Go on.
I hold it out in front of everybody and I go, that looks valuable.
And give me a perception check there, Reed.
I am very perceptive.
Yes.
Unusual.
So much so that you notice that there is what might vary. I was just going to describe like by color and stuff, but with a roll that well, I'm going to tell you. You see that there's some dried blood still on the blade.
So Reed says, this is valuable, and that is blood on the dagger.
Sacrificial
Blood
dagger.
magic.
I make note of that.
Ooh.
Oh.
So
I'll just put that back on the table.
So magic folk. What is that? Any of that ringing a bell in that paper there? To you two?
Yeah, I want to take a look at it.
Give me a perception check, Butt Trumpet, please.
Okay. I am not perceptive.
Okay. This doesn't look real familiar. But as you pick it up, you do notice that there's other writing on the other side of this parchment.
Okay. Is it different from the runic math type stuff?
You'd have to open up the folded paper.
Yeah, sorry, I do that. Yes.
Okay, yeah, it's actual words, and it's in even a different colored ink, and it seems to be, I will, Gaius, I'm sending this to you as we speak.
Boop, boop, boo. There we go. Let's see what we got here. Reading glasses. Okay. And for the foreseeable future, please continue the workings. They may prove beneficial to our research. The recent increase in her activity is the confirmation we needed to pursue our speculations. The masters are still unaware of this discovery or of our use of the estate. I do not think they would embrace these things as we hope to. They are so focused elsewhere that they cannot see what her awakening could mean. In the meantime, continue to feed her. That's ominous. And with these recent increases, may I assume that you are taking full advantage of the opportunities they provide. I can only hope that the projected increase in candidates and subjects will be adequate enough to serve our purposes. Perhaps we might finally see some results. Also, our communications may have to stop for a little while. There has been a drastic change in the security of the couriers we utilize. So this will be the last note I send until I find a more secure method of communication. And with that in mind, it seems that a pre-war manuscript has recently been discovered. If we can obtain it, it could be the additional information we need to complete many of the workings or possibly discover the way itself. The contents is not yet known, and there is some question of the language used. Our masters are working to discover the... And that's where the... sorry, takes off glasses. And that's where the document ends.
They didn't finish it?
Oh boy.
Well, it's more like it was cut off mid, and then I hold up, and I guess it's like ripped at the bottom, Paul.
No, it's just
somebody-
looks like it might
it's just
be
cut
a
off.
page of a letter.
Oh, okay. So it stopped
Let's see
at
if
a
there's
natural
another
point on the
page.
page.
When he holds it up, can
I
I
like-
tell? Is it written in blood?
It's not written in blood, but it's written in kind of like a maroon type ink.
That could be blood.
Could.
Um,
Maybe a little bit. I don't know. I don't like the connotation from the letter itself because it implies maybe a resurrection of someone and the ominous feeding of said person. And also, candidates and subjects were a thing in there. That's not good.
Like the kids?
Maybe.
No, it's not the kids.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
'Cause
no.
then, yeah.
We
Well,
better find Kellen. They might think he's a kid, and they're feeding him.
I mean,
He will correct them quickly. That will be fun.
yeah, I'm almost certain they will only make that mistake for a very brief moment in time. Okay.
Anything else on the table? Any drawers or anything under it?
I wanted to know if there were any further pages.
Yeah, no, you do a pretty thorough search of the room, and that's really about all that you find.
Should we look at more
Interesting.
rooms?
Well, there's a door to the east there. We could check that out.
Shall we
Sounds
take
good.
the rubies and salt with us?
Oh yes, no, I'm definitely. We clean that up and kind of take the spell components with us. Anyone want to give a sniff of these vials? See if they can tell what they are.
I'll do it, yeah.
See if they
I
make
can
it pass
try.
out.
Give a little sniff.
You take it out, and two of them have kind of strong aromatic qualities to them. Vastly different from each other, but very, very, very strong scents. You're not quite sure what it is that you're smelling. But, and the third one seems to be free of a scent, but all three seem to be some form of oil. You can tell just by the way it kind of coats the inside of the vial.
Then I'd relay that information. That I'm not quite sure what it is, but I know that that's oil.
All right.
I'm sure there are many oils used in magical workings.
Probably,
Oh yeah.
Salves and
What are
stuff.
fluids? The more complex a magic spell is, the more potential materials are required. So, and seeing as we seem to have somebody who's dealing with the raising of a creature of some kind, that is complicated-esque.
Gaius, roll me a perception check.
Alrighty then. Percepting. Cue the music.
Okay. Okay. Wow. Okay.
My cleric radar is
Cleric sense is tingling.
Yeah.
Bacchus is literally coming. Like,
Cleric senses tingling.
my deity senses are tingling. Oh no, this isn't good.
Gaius, what you can tell from reading that letter is that compared to what you read from the room downstairs, that paper and those letters were very old. Like the paper was dry and just it was very old parchment that you had to handle delicately to keep it in good shape. This one that you just read could have been written anywhere from yesterday to a week ago to like a month ago.
Yeah.
And your feeling is that it was
old.
probably more like in the past couple of days, maybe.
Yep. And those words come out of my mouth in a different way, sounding slightly different like this, and we should probably be concerned. On top of that, this is...
Oh, goody.
Someone's been
Hey,
here
yeah,
recently.
We rolled a bunch of barrels on top of the trap door with all the corpses, right? I remember doing that, yeah? That wasn't a hindsight idea that I just had, right? Good.
I don't remember, but I'll just assume that you're correct.
Yeah. Go to the tapes. What we need is every viewer to go and rewatch that episode 3 or 4 more times to see if I'm right or wrong.
If it was currently available, I think that'd be great, but it's not.
Shit. Anyway, we go through the door in the east now?
Okay. It is locked.
Yay. Ooh.
Oh man, if only we had somebody who was a thief.
You can just ask him. He's right here.
Wait, what do you want me to do?
Reed, we need you to do the thing you do.
Is the door
Just
locked?
go places you shouldn't.
Not eat bacon,
Yes.
the other thing.
Eldred goes, sing.
Nope.
You want me to sing at the door?
Well,
No.
of course. How
My
else are you going to get
Bacchus.
through there?
Bacchus willing, I want you to use the lockpicks you have in your pocket.
Ah. Reed reaches in his pocket, pulls out bacon. First.
You need to power
All
up.
right, here we go. All right.
By the power of bacon.
And Bacchus, he's helping too.
Bacchus and the
very
bacon
good.
compels you.
Talking.
Woo!
Ah,
You're
I have
you
magic
have
fingers.
you have your picks in the lock. You keep feeding yourself bacon, and you're going, I gotta power up for. And by the time you're finished, you hear the click, and the door just creak.
Ooh, I'm getting good at this.
You are on fire today, Reed. Good job.
Thank you.
What do you see in there?
Whoa. There's some kind of glow.
Oh boy.
oh shit! Don't stare too long into it. I think.
I back
Also,
away from the
don't
door.
step into it.
Maybe,
Well, that's.
I will go
maybe
in the room
somebody else
to
should go
scan
first.
the back walls.
Okay. In this room, the floor is black marble, and the walls are wood, but it's a black wood that you see the wood grain, but it's black. The walls just are a solid black. And the ceiling, it too is wooden and black.
Going for a motif here.
Somebody listened to the Rolling Stones and then came in this room.
I've heard of those collection of
Sorry.
bards.
Sorry.
Yeah, this is. They want to give off a vibe here.
I wanna keep looking, kind of.
Are there any
Yeah,
mirrors on the wall behind us that faces west? Or
Nope.
any mirrors in the room at all? Oops,
You
sorry.
don't see any mirrors from what you can see.
Just assume I got detect magic ritually pinging while we walk in here.
The entire room lights up like a Christmas tree.
Ow!
Ooh.
Oh god, I wish there was a dimmer for this. Is there a particular flavor to this magic? Aside from strong, apparently.
Grape.
Oh, it's not even real grape.
Oh,
That
the
answer your
worst is
question?
artificial watermelon.
What's that, Paul?
What's going on?
Does that answer your question?
Grape? Does that grape answer my question? No.
Did he change the color or something?
Oh, it did make it grape looking. All right, my old man eyes. Let me just zoom in here real quick.
Yeah, I don't know. Am I talking about grape?
It's got a little bit of everything, it feels like, in here. This is some advanced magic.
Now, as you look at that, what you're noticing is there's a definite kind of feeling of almost like a hum in the room, like a vibration. Anyone that comes into the room, you can feel the hair on your arms and the back of your neck rise up and stand up. And as you look forward, there's little sparks of light that happen here and there. And as you see this circle before you, there's like this glow as it's in the floor, and there will be little pops and sparks of light that will then kind of start going around parts of the circle and then trail off and disappear. And then over here there'll be a pop and a spark, and it'll go around one of the outside circles and give a loop before fading away. And you hear, as this happens, you hear the pop followed by a, or these little sounds as these little things pop and go off here and there. And as they do so, when some of the sparks happen in we'll say the northeast corner of this, you notice that there seems to be something in that corner.
Kellen?
Oh, fuck. Kellen?
Let's look in that corner.
You
Do we have
sure
to go
you
over
want
there to see it?
Okay. How do you go over there to see it?
What can we
Is
tell
the
about it
room-
from here? Is it just a lump?
Yeah.
It seems to be some large lumpy thing in the corner.
Oh, okay.
Large, you say?
It's like takes up the entire corner. From the
It's
floor to
bigger than a
ceiling.
halfling? Oh,
Hmm?
yeah, that's bigger than a halfling.
Yeah.
Not Kellen.
This is
I don't
not
think that's
good.
Kellen.
I'm
No.
going to hug the wall behind me and then the north wall and see, but I will not touch any part of the ritual circle. I'm just going to scooch as far as I can to see if I can see anything.
Okay, so you're going
Kinda
up
like
around
a
the top part there?
Yeah.
Okay, you notice as you go just past Reed there and get around him, as you go along that wall, you notice large splatterings of like dark red and brown on the marble there, like large splatterings here and there all over that section.
I think we've got dried blood pools.
Oh no.
I'm actually
Maybe this
surprised
is
we
where they
haven't
feed
found
her.
more.
What
Oh,
was
is that
that?
her in the
Can
corner?
I walk forward? Would I step? Sorry.
Yeah, you can walk where you want to, just,
Is there a way to avoid the splatterings, or at least not
Yeah, you
step
can
in the
kind of
super...
step over parts of it.
Okay. I will
Give me a
tippy-toe.
dexterity check as you do so.
Reed takes out his bow.
Okay.
Thank
just
you.
in case
Reed.
anything appeared.
Not so
You
hot.
you definitely step in some of this, and it kind of like smears a little bit on the floor, but that's about it.
It's still a little wet.
Oh, so it's fresh.
Fresh-ish.
Only slightly congealed.
How much-
All right, so
Right, there you go. I'm
the
going
time
to...
of death.
That's your job, big guy. I'm just trying to see what's in the corner. I am not getting any closer than that.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
This should do just as well. Yeah, eyesight still sucks.
Okay, it looks like a number of forms that you can't really make out. That's really the best you're going to get.
It looks like multiple things. It's not just one thing. There are multiple things maybe piled. Maybe like
I
the
try to-
basement.
I try to scooch over to Nikita and I try to see if I can have a look.
Okay. Do you go just as far as Nikita, or?
Yeah, I want to be like right with her. Same place she
Okay.
is.
Roll me a perception check, please.
Okay.
Did Eldred come in here with us? Am I just missing?
Yeah, where is Eldred?
Eh,
Back in a hallway somewhere, I think.
Uh-oh.
I don't know
all
where
right,
Eldred is.
so
Oh God, we lost Eldred.
my perception check was 11, by the way.
Okay,
Hey,
there we
there he
go.
is.
Hi, Eldred.
Hello.
Eldred, could you get close to this and tell us what you see? This looks very magical and dangerous. And I step back, kind of edging butt trumpet behind my shield, like, let's let him take this.
Butt trumpet, you see what looks like multiple things in that corner as well, but you can't really make them out from the glare of the light and everything. And Eldred goes, I'm not going near that thing.
Well, how good is
So-
your eyesight? Can you see what's in that corner?
It looks like a number of things.
Is it dark in the corner, Paul? Is that why we can't see it real well?
It seems to blend in a little bit with the floor. That corner seems a little darker than the rest of the room.
Okay. Let me see here. Guy's rummaging through his pockets real quick. Pulls out a copper, casts light on it, and just hucks it in the corner.
Okay.
You're gonna.
If you want me to shoot it, let me know.
And then there was "Let There Be Light."
Okay, roll me a percentage dice, please.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Percentage.
Yep.
D100.
Yes, please.
All right.
Okay, if this goes south, everyone out. I'll be last one, but I'll take behind.
Okay.
Okay, 18.
18.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Was that a bad wow or a good wow?
My sword is
It's
out.
a
It's a
circle
bow wow.
in blood. I don't think it's a good wow.
Okay. Roll me a 20-sider to hit.
You're gonna wake it the fuck
Okay.
up.
Oh. Then you going over there and poking it.
I didn't poke it. I looked at it.
10.
Funny.
Okay. You throw the gold piece and copper piece.
Copper.
They fucking throwing gold.
Copper.
Cheap cleric.
Damn right. How much it costs to fucking resurrect you people?
It bounces off the wall and then basically rolls onto this circle. And all of a sudden, you start hearing, and those sparks and poppings start to speed up, and you notice outlines of the circles start swirling, and then they lead out to the outside circles and they start swirling, and you start hearing more pops and buzzings, and the different runes are lighting up, and you start to see these little black motes of smoke coming from the center of different circles. And then in the center, it's almost like a black opal essence sort of globular starts, and it starts kind of growing, and the motes of light and the lines around the circle start speeding up even more. The sounds start like getting louder and going faster. Nikita?
Am I allowed to interject and just say squishies in the back, mail wearers, plate wearers in the front?
You can do that as this is happening. That's fine.
That's what I'm doing.
School.
Squishies
Okay.
in the back.
Squishy goes to the back.
Okay. And as this thing starts to form into something large from floor to ceiling, the popping starts to become more rapid, and these little motes of light that kind of form little things around the circles, along with what seems to be, there's this normal kind of smooth glowing of as circles seem to form into light, but there's a lot of these little pops of burst of sparks, and then they these quick trails of light that go around only partial amounts of the circle, and then sometimes one of the littler circles will have one of these pops, or two or three, with little bits of light swirling around these lines and everything. And you start feeling like the air getting sucked out of the room, and it's getting a little hard to breathe. And the hair, like, you notice, you looking around, if you look around, some of your hair is like standing up, like literally standing up on top of your head. And there's this weird black, shiny, colorful form that just is kind of like these weird lumps upon lumps that is getting bigger and bigger. And the sparks are happening faster and faster. It's getting really, really loud. You can feel the floor vibrating beneath you. And then all of a sudden there's a whole bunch of these pops and sparks, and there's sparks everywhere. And then you hear and all of a sudden none of you can see at all, and there's silence. And everyone give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh, jeez.
Eh?
Oh, no. I rolled low.
So, 17 for your boy, guys.
Okay.
At 18 for your gobbo butt trumpet.
Okay.
I got a 4.
Those of you who rolled over a 10 take half damage. Those of you who rolled under a 10 will be taking 18 points of damage from this force that throws you back against the walls or off your feet. Yeah, I would say, Nikita, give me a Dex saving throw.
That.
Okay, Nikita, take 2 points of damage as you slip on the blood and fall backwards and are prone.
Oh.
And gradually, it starts to clear a little bit, and you notice that it's this black smoke filling the room, and you're coughing, and all of a sudden you start hearing, and it starts getting faster, and all of a sudden the smoke starts to spin and almost like create these little whirlwinds around you. And all of a sudden they kind of get sucked back into all the outside circles of the main circle and get sucked into the stone. And you're left there in the room, and it's silent, and the smoke appears to be gone, but the air feels off. It just feels weird. It doesn't feel, it feels thicker than usual. And just as you're kind of looking around and in the silence and everything, there's like another pop out of one edge of the circle with the little trail of light going partially around it.
Is that thing still in the corner?
It seems to be.
But the thing that was forming in the circle's not there?
What do you mean the thing that's forming the circle? The circle's still there. and it's still lit and still having glowing amounts, but it seems to have these little pops going off here and there of sparks.
Like it was doing before.
Correct.
So it looks like it kind of reset itself.
Correct.
Is everyone okay? Reed, you look a little. You hit that wall, didn't you?
I think I hit my head on the wall.
Sit down. Sit down.
I got
go
him.
back out the door. Let's go out the door. This room stinks.
Go ahead if you want.
Stupid room anyway.
Stupid room. I didn't want to come in here anyway.
Are there
Make
any
sure the door
windows
stays open
in
behind
the
me.
What was that? What was that,
Are there
Nikita?
any windows in
Oh, no. No. And where, if you remember, when you had walked around the outside of this room, there looked like a door that was sealed up. On the inside, you don't see any sign of any door. It's just that black wood.
Keep it as dark as possible. Kellen, can you hear us?
Nothing.
Ah,
I'll take 10 minutes, and Gaius takes a knee and says a prayer to Bacchus, which will do that. And everybody gets 21 healing. Yay.
Yay!
I
You
don't
hear
know, you
Elder
didn't
go,
do it. That felt good.
Then quit complaining.
Was Elder really hurt?
Elder was indeed kind of hurt bad, yeah.
Guys, something happened and I feel better.
Yes, Reed, don't worry, I healed you.
Oh,
You
thank
good,
you.
buddy?
Yep. I'm not going near the mirror. Definitely not, or the dagger, or any of that other stuff.
Okay. All right, so obviously we don't want to mess with the circle.
yeah.
No.
Is there a way to sneak by the circle like Nikita
You could go roughly where they were on the just before getting to the circle, and probably have a good look at it because you're pretty perceptive. Just
Right.
for people who aren't quite as perceptive, the flashing lights and the shadows kind of make it a little more
Distracting.
difficult than distracting. Exactly.
Okay. So
Okay.
I'll kind of ease up.
That's a good place. Give me a perception check, please.
All right, let's see if me getting banged around will mess this up. Yeah, all right.
Okay, that's good. Everyone but Gaius, please take off your headphones or earbuds.
Oh, crap. Or not, I don't know.
Okay, Gaius, what originally just looked like possibly these lumps of darkness piled upon each other that goes from floor to ceiling. Now that you've gone closer and actually been able to take a look at it, what you see is a number of figures, humanoid figures, that look like they're literally trying to crawl out of the corner of the stone itself. They look as though they are fighting to squeeze through and trying to crawl over each other, almost fighting. And from the looks on their faces, they're in horrible pain and anguish. Some of them caught in mid-scream. Even at the bottom on the edge of the others, there are figures that seem to have only just begun to come through, which looks horrible enough if it wasn't for the other figure that looks to have been fighting to get through the same space with all that has appeared are the arms as they are trying to push out up to the shoulder with a little bit of a part of a bald head. But what the reason why you only see part of it is they are reaching out and pulling themselves out of the open, stretched mouth of one of the other creatures that's trying to pull its way out. And you see this in a number of different places where there might be a figure with only a hand coming out of the mouth. Sometimes it's almost up to one shoulder and arm getting out. But it's a horrible example that looks almost like a sculpture of wood that seems to be emanating from that corner.
So it's a sculpture of wood that looks like this?
It's like the wood from the walls has kind of come out and been carved into this sculpture or created this sculpture, or...
Gotcha. So it's not actively happening or moving in front of
It is not moving. It is not
totally
actively
different
happening.
reaction.
What? Yeah.
Said,
If it was
that was
screaming at the
happening,
moment, yeah.
I would have a different reaction, slightly.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Yeah.
We bring everyone back?
Yeah.
Or do you have... Okay.
No. Well, let's go. Shuffle on back over here. Okay. So, that was a horrifying looking whatever it was. Yeah. So it looks like there are humanoid figures. Granted, this is all like almost like a sculpture, reaching out of the wood walls, like trying to escape into the room. That's what we can't see from here. So it's either the creepiest piece of art I have ever seen, or maybe an effect that happened from, good old magic circle over there. Because apparently hitting it with a copper coin makes it do that. Oh, I can only imagine what else it's capable of. Or if this was meant to bring something here, maybe a couple things were trying to hitch a ride. I don't know. I can actually, in fact, of many terrifying things now that I put my mind to it, that I don't really want to speculate. But yes, that's what's over there. Granted, it's not like it's actively happening, like people are trying to claw their way out of the wood. It just looks
they
like
are not moving.
No, it's like like I said, like a sculpture almost, but it's made from the wood, and it's like the wall tried doing it on its own or something at some point. So something real between the blood that you're currently standing in and the thing in the corner. This is ritual summoning circle of some kind, if I had to throw my hat into the into the pool for guessing. I don't think we should mess with any of this. This is high level magic.
Elder just nods.
Yeah. We should not. Good news, if we do happen to come to next to one of these, we know how to disrupt it. We throw a coin at it and just run like hell.
Eldred goes, I'm not so sure about that because...
That's the theory.
Yeah. I don't know. It just doesn't sound like a good idea. I don't know. I don't know anything about this sort of shit.
Gaius, when you heard the song in the middle of the night, you said something about taking something or like a
and leaving
task,
information.
something.
Yeah, it's kind of vague. If only I had the power to recall exactly what was said to me. Shit. Oh, gosh.
Scanning.
If only, like, there was a voice in my brain that could repeat those words. Bacchus? No? All right.
If you do a task, take something from you for information.
Hmm. Yeah, but what's the something, though? Thank you, Bacchus.
Maybe you should throw. Maybe you guys should throw the booger candle at the thing.
Eldred just looks at you with wide eyes, like, and takes a step away from you.
I'm in the other room. I'm calling out. I'm trying to figure out what they're doing in there.
Okay, in that case, Eldred reaches over and pulls the door shut.
No,
What? No.
No, you don't leave Reed alone in a room. We've learned. You don't leave Reed alone.
I don't suppose we should debate the salt or the herbs or anything either.
Do you think it's salt on the ground? Should we disturb it?
Gaius,
Yes.
when you were over there, you do see amongst the circle little tiny bowls here and there around some of the edges of some of the circles that look like they have things. Some of them have clear liquid. Some of them have, you see that crushed red gem powder. You see some salt in some.
Yeah. Yes, so it looks like this circle is made of those components. So that's the thing. It's currently active, and I don't feel like we should mess with this. I mean,
There's no real off switch.
usually kind of spells do the thing and then they stop. Like, and then when you interrupt them, sometimes you get flung about a room. I mean, sometimes you can stop them, I guess, but I don't know what this one's actively doing right now. I mean, I doubt it's doing a good thing. Hard doubt that. But,
What
But
if
interrupting
wait a
or
minute.
trying to move the salt would fuck it up more, probably.
yeah.
you don't suppose
'cause
that Kellen's arms are some of the arms reaching out of the wall?
It's a horrifying idea, but no, I don't hope that's one of the people, because there's some people reaching through other people. It's visually unsettling. No, I'm hoping that's just kind of like an old thing we don't have to worry about at the moment. Yeah, I'm kind of running a blank at the moment here. I guess we could check out the attic real quick to see if there's more clues. Something that
Should
could
we
help.
make a
Back
sketch of
away
this circle?
slowly.
Should we make a second circle?
No. Draw what we see. Someone is going. Remember that Professor Sparkletushy said something about if we come in here, she's going to want.
Yeah.
There's no fucking way I can describe this. Should we try to draw it?
Paul, the parchment we do have,
Yeah.
on the opposite side where it's not written and it's got the runes and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like a copy of the circle, or is it?
No.
Do some of the runes just match runes?
Some
on
of the
floor?
runes match what you see within the circle and such.
Okay. All right.
But it actually looks like some convoluted calculus equation. And whereas, math equations usually are in lines and everything, this does seem to kind of go off on parts of it are written in different angles. It's almost like
Yeah.
it's a number of equations that are set up in almost like a runic symbol in its own way.
Gotcha. Well, I guess before we do leave, I'll do my best to copy everything down, like paper and parchment and ink and quill
Charcoal
and
or
whatnot.
Ink quill.
Yeah. It's like, we got a few minutes, right? Not doing for it. Oh wait, shit, Kellen. Fuck. We should look for him first, I think.
Yeah, let's look for the other
This
person.
might help find him. We add it to the
All right.
list.
We add it to the list. Yeah, there you go. We add it to the list. All right, let's check the attic first, and then on the way back down, we copy that. There we go.
Gotcha.
Guy sitting there breaking out his calligraphy table.
While you guys were in there, I ate the rest of my bacon. Sorry.
I am not shocked.
Well, hopefully you
Every
feel
once in a
better.
while. I do. That was awesome. Whatever you guys did in there made me feel a lot better. So.
I prayed to Bacchus.
Turn all the
Really?
bad feelings into good feelings.
It's like, yeah, I threw a coin. It hurt a bunch of people somehow.
Did you get the
I
coin
want
back?
to undo that. Oh, no, the copper? Yeah, no, fuck that copper.
Fuck that copper in particular.
Yeah,
Okay, so
that hurt
Go on.
people in this game. I was going to say, that hurt the party more than most things recently has hurt the party.
you go upstairs.
Yes.
Are you,
Yeah,
are you
that was
glowing,
all the-
guys? Or...
You go up the stairs,
Mm-hmm.
and
I don't see myself.
well, let's get that taken care of.
Thank you.
There you go.
There I am.
Okay, Gaius,
Yes, sir.
you've moved over there. Give me a history check, please.
Okay. History. That's not a good one for me. Yeah, I don't do history.
Okay. Yeah, okay. You as you go through, you see a bunch of junk in the lower part of this area, like piled up against the walls, broken furniture, broken pottery, dishes, things like that, bent up metal pots and pans, kitchen items, old, just all sorts of old stuff kind of tossed. But what catches your attention is what initially looks, you think it looks like thick webbing that seems to take up the northeast part of this room. It looks like it might be cobwebs, spider webs, things like that, until you get a little closer and you notice that whereas most webbing is like white or translucent or grayish white or ivory white, this is all kind of pinkish, a solid creamy pink, and seems to be a lot thicker than any web you've ever seen before.
This.
It's almost like strips of pink that stretched, to create almost like a web.
Like flesh colored, would you say?
That's probably a good description, yeah.
Does it
Like
match the
stir-
Reed's head ornament?
No.
This is gross.
Bleh.
Very.
Everyone
Ew.
but Reed, take off your headphones and your earbuds. Reed, give me a Constitution check, please.
Check or saving throw?
Just a check.
16.
Okay. You feel warmth in your forehead.
Really?
Yeah.
Like steadily increasing or just kind of there?
It's like since you got up into the attic here.
Okay. Okay. I'm probably just gonna go tell guys this.
Okay.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
My head feels warm, like I'm on this thing. Maybe I shouldn't be up here. I don't know. I don't know why. This is weird.
Weird.
What if this thing's gonna hatch in my head? I gotta go downstairs.
What?
Maybe that'll help. I don't know.
Can I
will.
Can I put my hand on Reed's forehead? Does it feel warm?
Give me a perception check, Nikita.
I really hope this thing's not an egg.
Kind of feels like bodily warmth, but you doesn't feel anything weird. It's, just how like it feels like he feels a little bit like he might have a touch of a fever.
He feels a little bit warm, but I don't. It's not like a burning heat. Maybe it's magical.
Yeah. So, Reed, did you feel this immediately coming up the stairs? Was it a all of a sudden thing?
It just started when I got up here.
Okay. What happens if you just go down to the bottom of the landing? Does that make it
I'm
better?
gonna find out. I'm gonna find out. I go down.
Okay.
Hang out with Eldred down there.
Better
Okay.
or worse?
You feel better there, Reed.
Yeah, it does actually feel better down here.
You feel a
Good.
lot cool. It feels cooler, and you can breathe easier.
Yeah. I can.
Okay.
And you can even breathe easier. I'm not going back up there unless you need me to.
I guess wait there for a second.
Eldred, stay here with me.
Eldred says, "Will do."
Okay.
I don't want the shadow guy to come get me.
Eldred looks
Where
at
you-
you wide-eyed and goes, "Shadow guy? What shadow guy?"
The shadow guy people saw in the mirror.
There was a shadow guy in the mirror, huh?
Talk to Kellen. Oh wait, sorry, not there.
You
Maybe
know,
we
the
want to
shadow
try
guy.
going through
Guys,
the destroy
guy I
the
saw him in the room we were
fleshy,
sleeping in.
stretchy crap.
I will take
Burn
a
it
few
all.
steps towards it. Can I do I smell anything?
Roll me a perception check, please.
Oh, with Bacchus's assistance.
Dankeschön. What is that? The
Every
1d4?
Yeah, it's a D4. I'm just kind of hoping it just.
I don't know how to.
You can just roll it after the fact.
Go.
Or I can roll it for you.
Woohoo!
Okay, yeah,
It's
no, you
10.
don't smell anything unusual.
Can I poke it with the very edge tip of my sword?
It feels a little spongy.
I was wondering if spongy would be used to describe it.
Is it moist or sticky?
Definitely feels a little sticky, but it's and it seems to have a sheen to it, like it might be a tad bit moist.
Yuck.
I would rather not cut through this. I think it's like the goop that you saw in the with the books. Is there a way to magically cut through it without actually touching it? Like parting the pink webs?
And so you know, when I say web, it's kind of like it's not web isn't the best. It's the best description for the way it's set up, but the strands are like flat and about like an inch wide.
Oh dear God, it's bubble
Can
tape
we
gum.
see anything through the
It's a
fleshy
similar
web?
color to that, but it seems to have a texture to it, almost like grain, like there's lines going through it.
Magic my way through.
Do you have ideas?
Right, but I don't
mean-
think we should disrupt it or anything.
That's a good question. I'm mostly the Healy. I mean, I could try sinking spiritual weapon in there and have it just start swinging away and see if that does a thing.
See if
Oh,
it sticks
it'll turn
to
into
it.
a giant axe. Yeah, you know what? Screw it. Answer to most of life's problems. Spiritual weapon is going to appear as a giant
boy.
wood cutting axe.
Okay.
You guys good with this?
Duh.
Yeah?
All right.
Good. That's the
I
sound of
don't
confidence I like to
downstairs
hear.
butt trumpet if you don't feel safe.
Yeah, but just
So spiritual
Nice.
weapon appears and takes a swing at that stuff.
Okay, where do you want the spiritual weapon to go?
Kind of like in front of us, it's just going to start trying to like trailblaze its way through.
Okay.
Machete.
Roll me a 20 cider.
Attack die or?
No, just a 20 cider.
Oh, all right.
Because you already rolled an attack die, right? That was
Yeah,
a 19?
Yeah.
When I cast it, it was the boop boop boo, just as normal 20. A 9.
Okay. It goes to cut, and some of the some strands cut, and like a pinkish fluid starts to pour out. But what you notice is, as it seems, the ones it doesn't cut seems to kind of stretch in like this elastic sort of thing, and then as it goes to come back, it seems almost to have picked up a number of other strands that are now sticking to it, and it's kind of stuck a little bit. And as you get it back, like parts of it seem to get cut through, but there's still other strands sticking to this luminescent blade that's flying in the air.
That's what I was
That should be
afraid
possible.
of.
And Gaius, give me a perception check, please.
Yes, sir. Ariel. Huh. 19.
You can kind of feel these vibrations from this kind of web-like structure that seems to be emanating from further in the web. And you, with a 19, I'll say you might, it even feels like it might, like the vibrations, the first series of them kind of felt like they were farther away than the second series did of them.
So I'm getting a vibration from the far side of the webbing. Okay.
Are they good
This is-
vibrations?
This is reminding me of something from the mines. The queen spiders when they make a nest. And they mentioned
Spiders?
waking her up and feeding her.
Eldred says, did your spiders make pink webs?
No, they weren't pink that I saw, but they were big and hairy and ugly. We set fire to them.
Big,
I
hairy,
would
ugly
recommend
webs?
the same here.
Big, hairy, ugly webs?
Them too.
No, the spiders.
Mostly the spiders.
I mean, I'm not opposed to burning things down.
But
Problem
the
is,
whole
we
house,
are in a building, kind of. That's why I was trying the hack and slash approach first. And fire isn't really my expertise. So, let's back up a little bit, like maybe toward the landing. Let's just back on out of here, for a little. And maybe have spiritual weapon take one more swang once we're kind of.
Okay,
Swang.
take a swang.
I'll take a swang real quick with spiritual weapon. Yeah.
group name idea,
Swang away.
the Swangers.
$12 to hit the stationary objects.
Okay, roll me just a plain 20-sider.
Ducky. 19.
Okay. It swings in there. You see a couple gouts of that kind of pinkish liquid spurt out from where it cut. But as it goes to come back, it feels really entangled in these strips of whatever this is. And it's having a hard time kind of moving around.
Gotcha. Okay. Is it clearing a path, though, at all?
It would take a lot more than that to clear a path. You've only,
Gotcha.
because the first swipe just cleared, like it cleared a few strands. It cut through a few strands, but for every strand it cut through, it ended up like pulling 4 back with it sticking to it.
Okay.
And that time
Yeah, so
it
this-
only cut through 1 or 2 strands, and it's totally entangled in this stuff now.
Yeah, this isn't the solution to this problem.
Any more vibrations?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Got them. Hopefully good vibrations.
With a sweet sensation.
That's a 13, I think. Yeah, 13.
Yeah, you don't notice any.
Okay, so we can make a solid assumption that Kellen didn't come up here. At the very least. Because
Let's double check the crap down at the bottom, and yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, I want to look at the crap. Not this crap. The other crap.
Are you guys calling me crap?
what?
No,
Eldred
the
says-
crap that they left up here.
Eldred leans over to you and says, "Yes, they are. I wouldn't take that if I were you."
No, they
Don't
wouldn't.
be a
Listen to
dick,
the possible
Eldred.
Murderer.
Stop stirring the pot, Eldred.
Can I move down along this I guess west wall, and then I can see with the crap.
Yeah, I want to look too.
Whoa, that place is huge.
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 Does it look like there is a pathway, or is it just solid crap? No Kellen.
You'd have to
Solid
go
crap
further
with
down.
Kellen? Okay, further. Good lord.
I'm right behind you.
That might not be a good idea, but okay.
It's just rubbish and broken pieces. You notice, like, you notice from being a dwarf, there's like some stuff that was used for building things, construction sort of things up here, as well as some strange contraptions you're not familiar with that look like they're rotting away and broken, and just like a lot of old thrown away stuff up here.
So
Does
just
it look
crap.
like something? Da. So A, no Kellen.
Nope.
B, is this something, a pile of crap we can climb or possibly move?
You could definitely try.
I am going to climb. Actually, no, I will try to climb. I'm not going to set Butt Trumpet up for that, or ask her to.
Okay.
Then do.
Give me a dexterity roll, please.
That be a check.
Yes.
Bam.
Ooh,
Ooh.
Okay. You climb up
we're
on
very
the,
dexterous.
whatever piece you want. I mean, the stuff kind of seems unsteady, but you're doing great. You're up there.
Is this the extent of the
Just-
room?
That's the wall. The wall's there.
Okay, so I'm just going to follow around the wall to see if there's anything worthwhile, any
Okay.
mirrors,
Give me one more dexterity check, please.
Woo-ha. Oh yeah!
And you hear glass breaking at Butt Trumpet as all of a sudden you see Nikita like take a step and drop into these piles of stuff, and you just see the tips of the wings on her helmet sticking up.
Oh,
Like
geez, I
Batman.
gotta try and help her get out. Yikes.
Yeah, be careful. Some of this crap is not very stable.
Right. Gingerly, I try to
Nikita,
help.
take 2 points of damage from your fall there. There's some sharp edges and possibly some glass and
Yeesh.
old metal with some sharp edges and Gaius, down at the other end, you hear a shattering of glass and you hear Butt Trumpet go, "Oh, geez."
But because they don't sound panicked, I'm kind of like, I'm sure they're fine.
We're not.
They're fine.
I am very small. Please help.
All right. Hold on.
Okay.
Coming on.
Do you go down and help Gaius?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll me a 20-sider. As long as you don't roll a 1, we'll say you're able to get her out of there, no problem.
Oh boy.
Well, and now you see, you called it, didn't you? It was close.
You're fine.
Yay. You're fine.
You get both of
Yeah.
them out of this pile of wreckage of stuff.
Just reach in, grab one with each hand, just yank them out, and be like, all right.
Whee!
Spasiba, guys. He gave out from under me.
Yeah, I gotta watch where I walk, too. Everything's
Breakable.
flimsy around. Yeah. Anywho, yeah, you guys, yeah, you didn't even really need my help. Yeah, you guys had it.
Yeah, that was fun, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, you know, whatever you find fun's fun, I guess. For the most part.
Okay, so what are what's the group doing now?
Looks like nothing to see here, and we're stuck with the pink
Yeah.
slime, right?
Yeah, there's breakable crap and fleshy crap.
Yeah,
And we
because
can't
there's
go
a
around
wall
the
there.
breakable crap for the rest of.
Correct.
Okay.
Did you
Well, we
guys
can
set it on
always-
fire yet?
We're not.
Not yet, Reed.
Setting the... It's on the list. I don't think it should be on the list, though.
This is a big list.
It's getting bigger. That's what lists do. They don't ever really shrink. They just keep getting bigger.
Where are you going from here?
Oh boy. I think we explored the entire second floor, right?
Seem to have been.
I think so.
Yeah. So we're trying to think what we explored all the first floor.
Mm-hmm.
But we might have to go through it again to find Kellen. I forget that.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think if there was a spot we didn't go. Gosh. Well, you know, before we go too much exploring, maybe we go to the ritual room, copy down that circle in case we need to leave here in a hurry for some reason. Because, like you said, the professor at the university said they were interested in it.
She's
So
going to be very interested, I think. And if not her, then someone's going to want to see this.
Eldred says, so if we're kind of wrapping things up, other than the copying the circle, what else was there to do?
Let me check on this.
Find
Burn the
Kellen,
map
really.
down.
Nikita
that
is
thing.
very proud of her list-making skills.
Reed keeps talking into his armpit. I didn't understand him. Either that or he's talking into my armpit. I can't be quite sure.
It's yours.
Burn it down.
Yeah, we might. Don't worry.
yeah, well, we could try experimenting with fire on the flesh webs, I guess.
This is true. A small amount.
Eldred looks at you and goes, "You're talking about burning the house down?"
No, just the creepy flesh webs.
The creepy flesh
No,
webs
Reed
in
wanted to burn the house.
yeah, creepy flesh webs in a stone and wooden house.
I can create water.
Okay.
Didn't know I could do that, did you?
Well, I know that. I just know fire can kind of catch and especially old structures. That's all.
Oh,
But
yeah, no,
hey,
I don't disagree. I'm just saying,
Is
we
there
could, you know, you got to do the firebolt thing. You do the little one.
Yeah, I'm not setting this house on fire.
Okay.
You don't have a little one?
I can do all sorts of stuff, but I'm not risking setting the house on fire. I mean,
right.
there's a lot of stuff here that might prove, I don't know. You do what you want to do. I'm not setting this house. I'm not risking setting the house on fire. But
Okay,
you do
we'll
what you
shove
want to
that.
do. You know, I have
fire.
to worry about how I'm going to plan to kill Gaius. So I need to focus my attention on that.
Once again, you're
Not fun.
not going. Don't believe it for a second.
Okay.
Anywho,
Do have
so we'll
slate
shelve
or matches?
acid. Does anyone acid? Acid's a thing.
Does anyone have
do
any
things
vials
with
of acid?
I mean,
Elder
it's
goes,
something
I don't.
delicious.
No, for oils.
That's it. Rub the web with essential oils. That'll tell it. That'll teach it.
You don't know.
Hey, you never know.
No,
It's a
Rub some
great
crystals on
investment
it, too.
opportunity.
worst comes to worst, it'll moisturize.
I
What
don't
do you
want
think,
to.
guys? Try for little fire or book it?
Let's put that on the back, the back burner for the time being, and we can. Well, we definitely need to search the rest of the place for Kellen. That's
Da, da.
do that first before the fire bombing part might come in. If we can rule out he's not in here, then potentially maybe later, but not right now. Definitely not now. So let's go down to the ritual room, copy that circle at the very least, and then search the rest of the house one more time for Kellen. I think that's
Okay.
order of business.
And while we're doing that, we can check that ugly sub basement for Reed, and maybe he wants to take a closer look at the corpses. They might have gems.
They're glowing
might have
swords.
Oh, we're gonna regret that one, I think.
I heard somebody
That was
say
a
gems.
little-
You guys like gems?
Eldred says, so who's going do you guys, while you copy this down, I mean, is there something the rest of us can do to try to, instead of just standing around?
I'm sure you and Butt Trumpet could help me out. I don't know if I definitely don't want to recommend splitting the party to go. Everyone else go search while we hang out here, kind of thing.
No, I guess that's a good point.
I think with
Just
the
I'll
three of
just
us
hang out
working
here.
together,
I'll hang out in this other room. I'll be in the other room and keep
I'll
checking.
hang out with Reed.
I think the three of us combined can probably copy this down faster than one of us working by themselves.
Okay, guys, give me
Our
an
friendship.
intelligence check, please.
Oh, that's how many advantages can I get because you're helping? All of them. You should be doing the intelligence checks. You're the wizard.
Grumble, 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 grumble.
Yeah, 12. Not
Okay.
bad. Not great.
Okay, it takes you a while. Probably takes you 45 minutes to do this. Maybe even a little longer, and you think it's probably okay or pretty close. As you're there, there's still the popping and the sparks periodically with the little trails of light kind of going little bits around different circles. Every now and then there's be a little mode of black smoke out of when a couple of those little trails of light kind of run into each other. But yeah, you think you probably got it.
Well, Eldred, do you want to double check my work? Butt Trumpet, please. I am not an art.
I can certainly see to make sure.
Okay.
I can certainly.
Give me a perception check there, Butt Trumpet.
They're just making us do all the hard ones.
No.
Evidently, I was not the one to ask.
Butt Trumpet, it looks perfect to you.
Yeah, that's not good. Eldred, you look.
I'm dumb.
And I want Eldred to make an intelligence check with advantage.
Why would it? He looks at it and goes, seems good.
All right. We really need some smart people in this party. Just sand it and let the ink dry and then roll it up and stick it in my backpack.
As you say that, guys, Reed pokes his head in the door. Did you need me?
No, we're good.
No. Okay.
Hey, are you good at forging things or or copying things?
Mm, no.
I like how you say that with
Don't tell
confidence.
yourself
Okay.
short, Reed.
Yeah, I never really did
Mm.
that, but I mean,
Okay, we're done here.
I
Yeah,
could
we're
try.
done.
Okay.
You want me to try? No, okay.
Oh yeah, you know what? Why don't you try, bud? Bacchus has got your back. Check. Do you think I copied this right?
I
Okay.
want you to get a nat 20.
Reed, are you looking at his artwork?
Yes, I will.
Yeah,
I will
okay.
see if I think it matches what's on the floor.
Okay, give me an intelligence check with disadvantage because you don't know anything about arcane arts.
But you have guidance.
Guidance.
It
Reed,
was
you
perfect.
think your respect for Gaius has grown because you didn't know he obviously is a wizard with the natural knack that he had of copying this down.
This
This
is
looks
so gonna
fantastic.
kill some poor wizard that tries to copy this down later.
We just
It looks
tell them it's the best we
fabulous.
could do. If they want to see the real thing, send them in here.
Yeah, you know what? You got a good point.
Mhm.
That's if they.
You should
yeah.
make another
That's if they-
copy just like this, and we can hang it in the room at the stone's throw.
I don't.
We
I
can do
don't
that
want to
later.
leave magic circles drawn around my house or place of living.
And Eldred says, "Yeah, and you can sign it to Reed."
I'm not accidentally putting a summoning circle in Reed's room, which is also my room.
Which is the main reason I'm not going to do it.
It's
But
part.
it
It's
would
a
just
part of it.
be. It would only be Reed's true name and your true name. That's all.
Don't you go into naming with me, sir.
Mhm.
You don't reveal your true names as magic users. We all know that.
Oh,
You guys know that, right? Oh, do you not know that?
No, wait. What's your true
Wait,
name?
you've been giving your true names? Well, hold on now.
Yeah?
Gotta write that down. Huh? No, don't worry about it.
Wait, do I have another name?
Everyone's giving me their real name? Oh, whoopsie. No, I'm fucking
Eldred,
with
you
you
can
right
kill
now.
him
No,
now.
it's a myth.
Eldred reaches on his belt and goes, "Okay," and he
Get
just goes,
steady.
"Ha!"
Damn you!
Damn me all
Do
to
I-
hell.
Do I get to pick another name?
Eldred says, "Yes, you actually get 3 of them, Reed. You haven't chosen them yet?
I only have the one.
Oh, you got 2 more to pick. But
I'll
keep
have to
them
think
secret
about
and make the. You have to write them down in your own blood and then keep them secret so no one sees them."
Stop trying to get blood
Wow.
Keep them
samples.
Blood.
secret, keep them safe.
Can I do an insight check? Nikita's actually curious if this is something that works.
All right.
Go ahead.
What if I just did it in ink, Eldred?
It'll be fine, but
yeah.
not magically.
Good news. She now believes in the true names of things.
Nikita,
Good news, everyone.
you wish you had known this sooner, and you're really glad that, while you don't trust this wizard,
Now.
he's releasing some really deep wizarding knowledge to you, and that's good to know. So while you may have to kill him later,
Wizardy.
at least you will have gained something from him while he was alive.
Kill him later. What the fuck? Why is
Nikita,
that
when
the
we get back to
internal
the stone's
monologue?
throw. When we get back to the stone's throw, Nikita, we should pick names.
We should. I like this idea.
Yes.
We've put a terrible idea into the world. I just want to acknowledge that.
No, this
out
is
loud.
great.
What is this
I can pick a
we?
name.
Oh, I meant Eldred and I.
And Eldred looks at
This
you,
is not
bumps up,
your
and
fault,
says, "Fist bump."
Ever so
Okay, just
subtly.
I don't know.
Do it.
Did they do that?
Don't leave him
Did
hanging.
they do a fist bump?
Okay.
No, ever so subtly. I bump it back. I do.
Oh, okay. And you see him kind of like a big smile on his face.
I'm very
Okay, where's you
good.
now? And where were you searching now?
It's a good question. So, on this floor, we have the room of books and gelatinous
Ooh.
goo.
Mm.
Yeah. And then the first floor.
We should probably just look in that room and make sure Kellen's not
Yeah,
in there.
yeah. Let's.
Stick
We'll
our
poke
head
our
in every
heads in.
room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone give me a perception check. Anybody.
Bam.
Ice is good at that.
In this
23.
room,
Okay.
nice.
You peek your head into each one of the rooms on this floor, and you don't see anyone.
All right. To the first floor.
Do we want to take the mirrors down? Maybe turn them upside down or face down, or leave them? Just cover them.
Facing the other way.
Yeah.
You could certainly attempt to do that real quick. I don't
Okay.
have faith that that's going to work. Or they're going to let you
I am going to
do that.
attempt to lift the mirror, still covered, from the wall.
Okay.
That's in this dining room or table room, card room.
You need to be a little specific on which room you're talking about.
The one
The
I
room
am
next to
standing in the second,
the room.
second
Yeah.
Oh.
floor.
The one with the table and all the chairs there.
Ah,
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sure. You from the bottom, you can lift it up. It kind of wobbles around a little bit. What are you doing with it?
can I want to set it on the floor and then
Okay.
turn it around so the mirror part faces the wall.
Sure.
Is there a mirror on the back of the mirror?
Nope.
Well,
Anything on the back of
mirror? Within a mirror?
No, it's the same wood that looks very similar to the frame. To that ornate frame that it has.
Okay. All right. Where else were the other mirrors? I'm going
the
mirror
bunk room.
There's one in the room
I
where we
think
slept.
every room I think had a mirror, if I remember.
Okay,
Okay.
so you doing the exact same thing to
Da.
the other ones? Okay, there was one in
Yeah.
each of the bedrooms.
Okay. Going into the bedroom we slept in.
Okay, then you can do it there, and then there was the other bedroom.
You are definitely noticing a little bit of obsessive compulsive traits with Nikita. Just a tad.
And
Turn
there was
the knob
not
3 times.
there was not one in the book room.
No.
Not one.
I go down to this one with the big bed.
Okay?
And there was not one in the squishy book room.
No, there was not.
All right. So do we want to take the main stairs down or the side stairs that we came up on?
Let's do the side stairs down, and then
We
What's-
haven't
what's up,
checked
Nikita?
the landing.
Let's investigate the landing then.
Okay.
She's even got a little bit of fervent, goddamn right, I'm checking every inch. And
Stop.
Okay.
sorry,
Reed,
That's how fervent.
give me a dexterity roll, please.
I'll read.
Just an ability check.
Yep.
I am dexterous. 21.
Okay. Reed goes down there and steps on the edge of the carpet, and all of a sudden the carpet like does a flump, and Reed's able to kind of jump over to the other edge of it without any incident.
Am I at the top of the big stairs or the other side?
Yes.
Top of the big stairs? Okay. That was weird, guys.
So the carpet did a flump.
A flump.
I think it's
A detailed
I
flump.
think it's alive.
What else do we? Sorry.
Is it magic?
You casting a
Detect
spell?
magic. Detect magic. Ritual.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it's very much so.
Anything else from it? Just magic. Okay.
Anything else on the landing is magic? It looks like suits of armor and
Both suits of armor are glowing magic as well.
Oh. Deer head?
That, no.
Okay. Well, just making sure. Okay, so suits of armor, magic, carpet, magic. Interesting.
Whoa.
Anyone want to try
Should
to
we
peek
go
under the
through?
carpet? Oh, I don't know about
Can
that.
I lift the edge of the carpet with my sword and try and look under there?
Sure. Give me another dexterity check.
Oh, jeez. $17.
Okay. You stick your sword underneath it, and it kind of jumps again.
Oh. It's
And there
touchy.
doesn't appear to be anything. I mean, you just see the blue tile underneath it.
I don't think there's anything under it, but it's
Just
it's
flumpy.
touchy. Mm-hmm.
Incredibly flumpy.
Well, it's magic,
That is-
so I don't know why someone would enchant a rug.
Who would have heard of a magic carpet?
Exactly.
Some kind of fanciful tale. Nonsense. What it is.
Carpet?
Anyway,
Have you seen Helen? Maybe it's like you can communicate. Maybe it's like with the mirrors.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I actually kind of walk up to it and squat down and like wave.
Okay, give me
Some
a
Tassel.
give give me a dexterity check, please.
that's
Butt trumpet. In front of you, you see Nikita go up and squat down next to the carpet, and all of a sudden, like a constrictor snake, the rug just flumps up and wraps itself around her. And that is where we're going to stop for this evening.
Wait, I know what to do. Burn it with fire.
Arson! Arson! Arson!
Do it! It's okay. I'll survive. I'm wearing my armor. It's very
That's how that armor
huggy.
works. It's very huggy.
The carpet loves you.
Yeah, I made a friend.
It loves you to death because it's hugging you so much you can't even move now.
Carpet, you didn't need to. Hi, I can't give it my real name. Shit. Hi, I am Griselda.
I like
your
that,
name?
you know, her name is Griselda.
You have to say it like that. It's an accent thing.
Gotcha. For the true name, it has to be Griselda. Got it. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for the second half of our Halloween episode, which looks like it will be going to a third episode, third part. So let's see what happens to the friends next week. Let's see if how Nikita does with her new friend who is hugging her vigorously. So tune in next week, same Grognard time, same Grognard channel. And please remember, we're all new to this. None of us are professionals. So whatever you decide, whatever you think, all we ask is be kind.
A little festive, aren't we? Shall we? To kick a junkie off of my front porch. Call the police station, they don't answer anymore. Walking down the street, I am fearful for my life. A little urban riot, keep the city bright tonight. Is paranoia. Keeps me up all night. Is paranoia. Makes me get up. Be careful tonight. Tonight is the night. Be careful tonight. Tonight is the night. Afro legions are outside, but they're banging down the door. All the moves in prison or in Albany, New York. A little education is what our people need. Make to burn the place down so you and I can breathe.